All right, shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakashkodash. The honors to the apostles, the great millstone, and peace and blessings to you, Akim, out there doing the work of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, in truth, faith, and sincerity. All right, we coming back at you with another lesson, man. We're about to hit you with this fresh milk. And the topic we're going to go into is, as you see in the video, having unmovable faith under fire.
Right.
You know, it's like Esau had the term courage under fire. And what gives us our courage in this truth, in this work, is faith. You know, the scripture says, real quick, Hebrews chapter 4, real quick, it says that we should come boldly to the throne of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but without faith, that's impossible. So faith is our courage, because faith gives us the tools, the understanding, the knowledge that we need to go out and conquer this world, you know. So without faith, all your efforts are in vain. You're wasting your time. It's that last verse. You got it?
Hebrews.
Yeah, that last verse.
Okay. Hebrews 4:16. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace.
Let us come boldly to the throne of grace, you see. And that grace, grace and faith go hand in hand, according to Ephesians 2:8. It says, for we are saved by grace through faith.
Through faith.
So they go hand in hand. So we got to approach the throne of grace boldly, and it's like a continuing cycle. Grace and faith,
right,
and that boldness, that courage. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go ahead.
That we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need.
So from the top.
Okay, this Hebrews 4:16. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need.
It is. So yeah, man. And in these last days, that's how the elect are going to be coming boldly. And you got guys that get offended. They get they boxers in a bunch and all this, because brothers come with that boldness, and they think that you're supposed to be like a thespian.
Yeah,
thou shalt not. And you're supposed to be all nice in speech and stuff. Like the old guy got offended last night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he said, talk to me. He kept telling Ariella, because at first Ariella was just dealing with him, and then he kept being stubborn and rebellious, and Ariella went off, and then he wanted to talk.
Right.
But man, the prophet of the Lord is gonna come boldly, you know, because that's what faith is. You gotta believe, man, and you gotta believe that this belongs to you. When you know something belongs to you, you're not gonna ask. You're not gonna. Oh, can I see that, sir? Can I get my doctrine, my gospel back, sir?
Right.
You're gonna take it, like the scriptures say. The saints shall take the kingdom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we come with that boldness because we know this belongs to us.
Yeah.
So yeah, brother, you got it, bro.
Yeah. Hey, beautiful opening words, and you know, everything that we're doing, as the elders talk about, it stems from faith. You know. And just like what we talk about with the word love is action. Faith is also an action, you know, so you have to exemplify that. And the way in which you exemplify your faith is by, when that trial of fire comes, then how do you react? How do you stay unmovable? You know, that's the question. You know, how do you not allow the world's wickedness to influence you, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you hunker down, you know. You hunker down like a lion, right? When a lion is about to pounce, right? What does it do?
Right.
You know, or even a snake, what does it do? It coils up, you know, it hunkers down. It becomes more firmer, you know, in your faith, because you're like, oh shit, here it comes, you know. And that faith is now being executed. It's now being established. And that's what we're doing out there on the highways and byways. Remaining unmovable, you know? So yeah, I want to play a segment by the Zaquan Damashapat from the Indianapolis camp, or Indiana camp. And what he did was basically send a message. And in this message, it kind of got the wheels turning, you know, for this lesson. So we'll play a segment of this, get into some scriptures, And Lord willing, you know, all of this will be edifying for you brothers. Uh-oh. Give us 1 second, brothers.
Yeah, I was speaking about, we were speaking about at Bible study. I was telling the brothers, man, that hey, our faith has to be unmovable, man. You know, and we have to really practice unmovable faith in this time, because you know, at this point, we up until this point, we've really been in pretty comfortable situations. I know brothers go through hell, but not like the hell that's coming. And that hell that's coming, you know, when it comes, it's gonna be a totally different thing. It's just like war, man. When I was a veteran, I was trained. I was a sharpshooter. You know what I'm saying? I could shoot. You know what I'm saying? I could navigate. You know what I'm saying? I had a internal compass. I always knew which direction was which. You know what I'm saying? I was good at knowing how to get back to certain areas. But like when you get in the shit, man, things change, man. Things change when things become real. You know, things change, man. And you know, my first time in combat, my first firefight, I remember being gripped with fear. Even though I had trained for a whole year, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth to gun ranges, you know, shooting, you know what I'm saying? It's different when it's shit coming back at you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when we get in the shit, man, when things get bad out here, man, you know, we should be praying. As of now, we should be really praying that the Lord strengthen us, man, strengthen our minds. But we should also practice having unmovable faith. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that's what's gonna get us through, the unmovable faith, man. You know, and not stressing ourselves out about and not stressing ourselves out about situations that we can't control, man. You know. So
that's cool, but yeah,
man. You know, practice.
And that's the gist of it. That brother said a mouthful, man, and just that little segment, unmovable faith. You know, when things are, because the ultimate test of our faith is coming up. That time of Jacob's trouble. That's the ultimate test right now. Hey, Yahweh been hitting. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh been hitting us with them jabs. You know, testing us out. Right. Saying if we keep that left up and block them shots. Right. But the real deal, we about to be tossed in the ring, man. And it's gonna be like the brother said, you know, we've enjoyed for the most part certain comforts, but Jacob's trouble, all that's gonna be taken away. All you gonna, you know, like they say, you have to rely on your wits. All we gonna have to rely on will be our faith in that time, man. Right. You don't know where your next meal is coming from. You know, this why brothers been heavy on that Isaiah 33:6. You know, right. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. You know, and you're gonna have that. Yeah, brother, you gonna say something?
Yeah. Even going to that boxing analogy, right? You know, everything that you do in boxing, and likewise any other sport, right? Every drill that you're doing, it's setting up for that intuition that you were talking about. And that intuition that we have is faith, you know? So every exercise of faith, right? The past month and a half, 2 months, our faith has been tested out there on the highways and byways through all these different sorts of demons that have been coming up. But likewise, as you were saying, in Jacob's trouble, it's going to be a culmination of all of those experiences now being ingrained in our thoughts and in our spirits, to where we're not reactional. Well, we are reactional, but it's through the spirit that we're reacting. You know, we're viewing that landscape and we're being stable because we have the knowledge, wisdom, but then culminating that knowledge and wisdom into faith, which is true belief that the Lord is going to lead us through it.
Come on, brother. If you don't mind, grab first 1 Peter 5:8. Actually, we went in. We brought this out yesterday, but we're gonna bring it out for this lesson. It fits for this lesson as well. So go ahead, brother.
Because it's 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant.
That's right.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. Whom resist steadfast in the faith.
Whom resist ye steadfast in the faith.
Boom.
Come on.
Knowing that the same affliction are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world.
Right. So, right. Most High is gonna let Satan throw them jabs, as a warm up. And up until now, this has been a warm up. And really, until the time of Jacob's trouble, this is the time to be, as the scripture speaks about, the Most High scourged every son whom he received it. And, if you receive not the chastening of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, then you are a bastard and not a son, because the Heavenly Father, if he loves you, he's going to prepare you for this. And for the elect, for us, the hopeful elect, we've been tested out. The scripture tells us that the trying of our faith, or the proving of our faith, is more precious than gold to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So he's going to test us, before he just tosses us in that fire. But yeah, that fire is coming. And that brother got a beautiful scripture on the deck. But read that last verse one more time, brother.
9 and 10.
Because it says, Satan as a roaring lion walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Go ahead.
It's First Peter 5, chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Go ahead. Whom
resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world.
And so this is letting you know also, that's the only way you're going to resist is by being steadfast in the faith. And the only way we're going to get out of here is being steadfast in the faith. But, aside from the brothers that the Most High is going to wake up at the last minute, if you woke to this truth right now, you got to exercise your faith in all things. So you got it, brother.
Oh, me? Oh, it's a lot, bro. I was looking up that word there, steadfast.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, let's see what that says.
Is that 1 Peter
5 and 9?
5 and 9?
That's okay. Right. So while that brother look for that, go ahead. Let's get some that Colossians.
This is Colossians chapter 2 and verse 4. In this I say, lest any man should beguile you with an enticing of words. For though I be absent in the flesh, yet am I with you in the spirit, joined in beholding your order in the steadfastness of your faith in Hamashiach.
Get it back up again. What spirit called?
You say so?
Well, I got it whenever you're ready.
Okay, read that one more time, brother.
It's Colossians 2 and 4.
Well, 5.
5.
Yeah.
For though I be absent in the flesh, yet am I with you in the spirit, joined in beholding your order.
Your order. Yeah, keep that in mind. Go ahead.
In the steadfastness of your faith in Hamashiach.
In the steadfastness of your faith in Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior, the Messiah. So first and foremost, we ought to be in order. And faith automatically should have you get in order. But as the scripture says, all men have not faith. If you believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and his men came before you, faith should tell you, let me play my position. You're going to find your position and play it. And your position, that's what we were listening to Elder Gabar on the way out here to Dallas. And he said, yeah, man, he said, I would never try to equate myself or put myself on the level with Apostle Tahar, the chief apostle. And that's because, he has faith.
Right.
And he understands faith gives you an understanding of order. Right. So that's beautiful that Paul had put that all together. He said, behold in your order and the steadfastness of your faith you know, and Yahweh Shah Masiyah. And yeah, man, that's a big thing. Brothers that they out of order, or they, you know, they get butthurt and feel like they want to go out, go against the grain, like the brother always bring up, kick against the pricks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They never had faith really to begin with.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, faith and order goes hand in hand. But yeah, we can go ahead and look that up, brother.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I just want to add one more point as far as what you talking about. Apostle Babar said that would be stupid.
Right, yeah, he sure did.
That would be stupid for me to try to be Apostle Tahar, because every brother has his own lot in this ministry, you know, but it all stems that commonality of all brothers that makes that order is faith. You know,
exactly.
That's a heavy point, bro.
It is, bro.
You know?
And another thing he said was heavy, loosely paraphrasing, he said that I'm happy where I am.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
I mean, right, because if you believe the scriptures, you know the Lord's gonna give the increase, but like ultimately, what do you need the increase for? You know, like, do you need the increase to do what? Do more than what the Lord has already given you? Be satisfied. The scripture talks about being content.
Yep.
You know, when you're content, guess what that means? As He exalts you, or as Scripture says, he that is abased will be exalted.
Yep.
And he that exalted himself will be abased. So what does that mean? If you seeking preeminence, if you seeking more than what the Lord has given you, ultimately you're gonna throw it up, you're gonna choke on it because you weren't prepared to handle it. And likewise, in this situation, you know, the Lord testing us, He's preparing us for something that we haven't experienced before, but He's given us segments of it, okay, in small fragments, to where we'll be able to go back and trace that scenario and be able to utilize it in the day of Jacob's trouble, our temptation, etc.
Come on.
That's how you remain steadfast. So I'm gonna grab this word here, steadfast, and it looks like stereos.
Strong's G 4731, stereos.
Oh, stereos.
Stereos.
It says strong, firm, immovable. Not unmovable, but immovable, which is basically the same thing. You know,
right?
So remaining steadfast means that regardless of if scoffers come up, regardless of if what does the scripture say about if oh man, we just talked about it, if thou be buffeted for Yahweh Shah's sake, that you take it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That you take it cheerfully?
Take it, yeah. He said this is acceptable.
Why? Because guess what? That buffeting is just really the trial of your faith, just to make sure you ain't getting high-minded, just to make sure you ain't getting puffed up, you know, just to make sure that you still within the realm of the body. Because if so, that's the deciding factor. That's that fork in the road that the Lord is trying you to see whether or not you're gonna stay immovable, or you're gonna get butt hurt,
right? Or
you're gonna allow, you know, something that doesn't matter in the big scheme of things to really just derail you.
Man, hey, First Peter chapter 2 verse 20 says, "For what glory is it if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently? But if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah." Because it really is a test of your faith.
Right. That's that fire.
Exactly. That's what
fire,
it is.
Right. It's fire, but it's subtle fire. You know what I'm saying? Because you can recognize a long fire. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, that's dangerous.
Exactly.
What you don't understand, or what we are gathering understanding on, is when you're tested and you might not have done anything wrong, and you know that you're innocent in this situation, but now you're learning a different aspect of fire. What do they call it? What is it called? Is it white fire, or you know, that blue fire? That blue fire, you know, blue versus the red. The blue fire is hotter than the red.
That's the hot, yeah.
You know, but you don't recognize it because you don't see this big, you know, enormous fire being set on. You know, even, you know, you use this little flame store I got, you know, it might be out. But anyway, but you will see you'll see a blue flame versus yeah. I don't know if you brothers. Yeah, you can see.
You can't.
Yep, and sometimes you can't see it. You know, so the point in which we make it is anything that you go through in this truth, as long as you have the awareness that it's testing your faith by fire, you can remain immovable. You can remain immovable. Okay, it says solid, hard, rigid. You know, so that was beautiful because the verse we brought out before talked about being steadfast. You know,
and the scripture, brother, been bringing that a lot lately. That's Ephesians 4:14, right around up in there. It says that. Well, bring it out real quick, brother. And I got one for the brother too.
It's Ephesians chapter 4.
You started at 14.
14. That we henceforth be no more children.
Well, jump up.
Okay.
13.
Yeah.
Right.
Ephesians chapter 4 and 13. To all come in the unity of the faith.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
And that's the ultimate what this out while we go out on highways and byways. We're calling out to the elect. So we all can come in the unity of the faith, and then we can get out of here because as we brought out yesterday, what does it say in Revelation the 7th chapter? It said, hold back those winds till we have sealed basically the servants. I mean, I want to get that correct. So we calling out to the elect so we can all get sealed. You got these guys talking about we need to wake up all Israel. We'll be here, but we won't have a kingdom because all Jake ain't gonna wake up. We trying to get a kingdom established while you sitting here bullcorning.
Right.
We real about this, man. You guys, a lot of you guys are comfortable, and you don't want to leave Babylon. Truth be told, you don't want to establish the kingdom established in righteousness under Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. You don't want to see these things. You happy under this goddamn devil, Esau.
Right.
Yeah, brother.
You want to start at 2?
We go straight to the point.
Okay, Revelation 7:3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their forehead.
So now go back and said, till we have sealed the servants of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua in their foreheads. That's the point. You can go back to Ephesians.
Okay.
So they are sealed in faith through this word.
Right.
So this is why we say, man, we calling out to the elect. Everything else is a waste of time. We all must come in the unity of the faith, and then we can get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother. So they holding the winds back until the elect are sealed.
Right.
You see?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Ephesians 4:14, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine.
Right. We no more children tossed to and fro because we're immovable, unmovable,
right,
rock solid, steadfast in the faith of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not gonna be swayed by flat earth.
Right.
We're not gonna be swayed by hollow earth. You know, all nations can be saved.
Right.
What are some of this other madness they be talking about out here that Jake be falling out over? You know, because they really never had faith.
Right.
You know.
And if I could just add real quick, it also shows authority by being immovable. You know, it exercises your faith because you know that we are correct, and that's exactly what the elder Ariella did. You know, to that guy yesterday, it's like, bro, he asked him the question, bro, do we, you know, in your opinion, do we know the scriptures? Well, yeah. Well, then shut up, bro, and listen. You know, that's having a posture. You know, it's not to what's the word? Lords over somebody, but it's to establish order, and you're establishing order by your faith. But the way you do that is to show that, listen, we are firm in this. We are rock solid. Yahweh Shai is referred to as a what? A rock.
A rock of our salvation.
That's firm. That's solid.
Imagine if he was wavering. We wouldn't have no hope.
Man, look.
We'd be wavering.
So, exactly.
Right.
Like, man, they persuaded him, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'll say you got him. You know.
man, I don't know if the Lord coming, man. And then the next day, oh, he coming. Then the day after that, man, I don't know. Yeah, man, no, we immovable.
Right, because just real quick, immovable faith, in comparison to not having firm faith, is doubt.
Mhm.
You know, and I think that's the scripture says, if he that doubt is as sin. I'm still looking at it.
Oh,
okay.
Go ahead.
Ephesians 4:14. Carried about with everyone of doctrine by the sleight of many and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Right. It's like that roaring lion. The devil as a roaring lion walking about seeking who he may devour. There ain't be no, Satan or some of his Edomite minions walking around trying to literally eat brothers. They put these doctrines out there, like I mentioned, flat earth. They put, these psyops. They got different little sneaky methods that sleight of men, that cunning that they use that'll devour you.
Yep.
Just like we went into a couple of weeks back, Second Ezra, was that the 6th chapter or the 7th chapter, 7 and 6, it talks about, that entrance into that broad way, that field being narrow and only one going through at a time, and there's fire on the right, a deep water on the left. Right, which if you fall to either side, you'll be devoured. Well, that deep water are the doctrines and philosophies that they put out here.
Mm-hmm.
And then on that right hand, that's them trials and tribulations that you're gonna catch, man. We got to endure all of that. So yeah, brother. We can finish in Colossians.
I got a quick piece.
You have something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just even landing back off that last point of what you made, Esau will, that cunning craftiness and sleight of men, he'll present everything that appears as the truth, but it'll be laced with wickedness or doubt. That's the word. It'll be laced with doubt.
Yeah.
That's how Esau do it. Oh, flat earth, man. The earth is not this. He makes it appetizing.
Right.
To your flesh.
To your emotions.
Yep, to your emotions. Yep, beautiful. Real quick, this is Romans 14, and I'm just going to start at 22. It says, "Has thou faith? Have it to thyself before Yahweh. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he alloweth." Verse 23, "And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith." So everything that we're doing, we walk by faith, we eat by faith, we live by faith. Faith is that rock. Faith is that firmness in which we have to actually start to believe in the scriptures. And that's one of the things in which we talked about on how it was violate yesterday. It's like, bro, the guy that we were speaking to, he didn't believe in the scriptures. He didn't have faith that the words were true. So without that, as scripture says, you can't please Yahweh by Shemiah Shah. But likewise, if you try to open up these scriptures and eat it, you try to eat the scroll, you just read it like it's a novel, but you don't believe the words.
Yeah.
You got to believe the words in order for you to actually go through those trials. Because if not, then you're not even entering into the house of Yahweh by Shemiah Shah. And he's not going to try you because that is the trial. Because you didn't believe the words. Because if you would have believed the words, then you would have processed through the next stages of trying of your faith. But because you didn't even have faith, you got stuck right there at the door. Couldn't get in. And that's why we're only searching for the hopefully elect. Because the hopefully elect are going to have that faith naturally, spiritually. It's not going to be anything we have to kind of usher them into. Like, go ahead, have faith. You're going to have it already in you, and you're going to understand that when you have Shemiah Shah is testing and trying you, it's because of faith. Last part, it says, "For whatsoever is not of faith is sin."
And that's exactly what Apostle Paul was talking about. If you wavering, you going off, you sinning.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not right, you've been in this thing 6 months beyond, at least for sure a year. Right. At least a year, you should know what this is about and what you want to do. That's sin, bro. You read that again?
Certainly. This is Romans 14:23. And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
Man, because what is our righteousness? Our faith in Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. So if there is no faith, there is no righteousness. So yeah, it must be sin. You know, because Yahweh Shah is our righteousness, and that's another thing that they get wrong in the secular religions. They believe that, you know, well, they say that the law was done away with and this and that. And you got guys that want to believe that. You got people on both sides of the fence. Some that say the law was done away with, and then you got these Torah only. But they all missing the point of faith. You know, in the churches they believe in faith, but you serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in truth and in spirit. So in truth, their faith is not in Yahweh Shai. Their faith is in Chesapeake Borgia. Their faith is in Jesus. So they miss the mark. Although they understand it's a faith, but their faith, because if they go into the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, they are excluded. And this is what they know now because the brethren are out there. When we was listening to brother Qadar Shabai, and he was going in on 119 Ministries, you know, they pulling all the stops out, sending these guys to say, oh, we not the true Hebrew Israelites. And that's what they were saying on this video with 119 Ministries, that we not the true Hebrew Israelites. And they looking at the people over in Ethiopia, but the brother was cutting it. But the point is, now that we are teaching true faith,
showing the faith,
and showing and displaying it, now Satan got to come with these the sleight of men and these cunning fables and all this to deter, you know, people from serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. But you know, we get it right here at Great Millstone, and that's why we tell you we have 100% truth, beginning with the chief apostle Tahar on down. We tell you that not to be boasting, but it's somewhere on earth.
Right.
Someone has to have it. And you know, you can go with who you believe got it. But my belief is that Great Millstone has it, and this is where, you know, I'm unmovable in that. But right, our righteousness is not going to come by keeping the law, and our righteousness is not going to come in calling on Jesus and getting into this church doctrine. Our righteousness is in faith of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, which is a new song. This is something that hadn't been taught in the world in days, as far as, you know, millenniums. This is that new song, and your faith must be in this new song, and that is our righteousness. So yeah, brother, you got it. You had the precept.
No, I got that Colossians for you.
Yeah, we can finish that out.
Okay. It's verse 6. As ye have therefore received Hamashiach Yahweh Shah the Lord, so walk ye in him.
We just said that.
Yeah.
A few more.
Go to 7. Yeah.
Okay, verse 7. Colossians 2:7. Rooted and built up in him.
Rooted and built up in him. We've made reference to Yahweh Shah being that rock of our salvation. You got to be rooted in that rock, man. Anchored.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Read that again.
Yes, Colossians 2:7. Rooted and built up in him.
And built up in him. And there's the brother got a beautiful scripture he holding on deck. Go ahead.
Established in the faith as he had been taught.
Established. What does established mean? Like you have something, or you see a business say, oh, established since 1971. You know what I'm saying? That means it done been, man, let me.
I got you.
Okay. Yeah, that mean it's been there since that long. It was established. So it's saying established, meaning we got to be firmly planted, just like the brother was reading, you know?
Done.
Yeah, you got it out.
Strong's G 950. Bebayao.
To make firm, establish, confirm, make sure.
Make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, hey, and brothers are sure.
Right.
We wouldn't be out there in and out of season or in season, out of season on a consistent basis if we wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you see guys fizzle out over the years, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they might start off kind of sure, but as time progressed,
Mm-hmm.
that doubt and it becomes more and more evident.
Right. It creeps in.
Mm-hmm. It creeps in and it grows. Because I like this saying that somebody, I believe that was on forget this show, Luke Cage, matter of fact. Luke Cage father had asked him, what's more powerful, love or hate? And then he went on and told him, he said, the one that you feed. So what's going to be stronger, doubt or faith in Yahweh Shah HaMashiach? The one you feed. If you feed that doubt, yeah, that doubt is going to overcome. Well, you pretty much didn't have faith in the first place.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
But if you feeding that faith every day, yeah, your sureness or that surety is going to be more and more firm, more and more sound.
Right.
You know. So yeah, that was it in there. Still a bit more. Go ahead.
As ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Abounding therein. So yeah, you got to grow in faith.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, brother.
This is 1 Peter chapter 1 and I'm gonna read verse. I'm just gonna get to the I'm gonna read verse 6. It says, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations. Verse 7, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perishes.
I was holding that one too. That's
okay.
Beautiful. So it's precious to the Most High. Much more precious than the fine gold. So what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Most High gonna be weighing you out with them. Yep. Yep.
Just like the what do they call it? The Oriental Master or whatever. Even Elder Ariella was talking about. He was wearing
Muay Thai.
That Muay Thai, whatever. You know, the master's gonna hit your ass up. You know what I mean? You gonna come back home and sore and can't move and all the rest of that stuff. But what happens is you start to grow.
Building you up.
Yeah,
that's right.
So likewise with gold, you know, it's more precious than gold. And so gold goes through a refining process, and then it's illustrious, and you know, it's impure. Right? No, it's pure. Like it's purified of impurities.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's been made pure. And likewise us, that's what we're going through, you know. But that's through the testing of your faith. Each time your faith is tested, you're what's the word? You're purging out impurities of doubt.
Exactly.
Of doubt, because you know we even went into a lesson a while back. You magnify what you focus on. So if you focus in on faith, faith magnifies. Going back to what you just said. Right.
Yep.
So yeah, did you want to, I'm gonna read it again. You want to
read it again, brother.
This is 1 Peter 1:7, that the trial of your faith, you know, so meaning it's going to be a process, you know, when you go through a trial, even in Esau's wicked ass system, right? It's long and drawn out, you know, it's all right, well, we gotta do this first, and then that moves to this part, and then that part moves to this part, and then that part moves to this part, and then all of this is to get to the trial.
Yeah.
The trial ain't even began, but all of this is to build up for the actual trial. Okay. 1 Peter 1:7, that the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth.
Gold that perisheth, man. Go ahead, brother.
Though it be tried with fire.
Beautiful.
Because that's exactly what we're doing. We're being tried by fire. All of those situations that we brought up, every situation in which men of the Lord have gone through in the scriptures and have overcome, as scripture says, man, all of those things were by fire. some type of form of persecution, some type of form of affliction, some type of form of temptation, you know. All of those things are to show you that, listen, with faith, and I think I had made mention of this in the sit down I just recently did about how when brothers look at you, do they see a winner? Because what are they looking at? They're looking at how will you overcome adversity. Well, what's the ingredient that you use to overcome adversity? Faith. That's what makes you a winner, you know? Because you can overcome any scenario that this world presents. Because every scenario this world presents doesn't have faith. It's emotion. You know, so we have a catalyst to actually overcome anything. But that fire is purging out those impurities every time you come up in a scenario. It could be small or great, you know. Whether it be, oh man, you know, baby mama tripping, you know, or losing a job, or any type of affliction. That's all it is. It's just purifying that doubt out and making sure that you feel more faith in there. You know,
that's it.
It says that the trial of your faith being much more precious than that of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahweh Shah.
Man, and not the scriptures say that the servant is not above the master. And what did the Most High say concerning Yahweh Shah? That it pleased him to bruise our Lord Yahweh Shah.
Right.
So we're gonna undergo that same bruise. We're gonna get toe up.
Right.
Yeah. Boop, boop.
Right.
Body shots, head blows, in the spirit.
Right.
But it's all to build us up, to get us prepared for the big show. The big show is coming. And you heard the Mashapat testimony. He said that he was gripped with fear his first time in battle, but he had training to rely on, to fall back on, and you might just freeze up, but then as long as you come to your senses and then wait a minute. Okay, yeah, right. And this is what I'm supposed to do. And then the scriptures gonna start coming to mind, and then you're gonna go ahead and, like the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge gonna be your stability. So
I got one more. This is 1 Corinthians 3:13. Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. So all of that workings are your establishment of how immovable you are when those situations appear.
And that say it all right there, brother. That scripture, come on.
So hey, that's why they say faith without works is dead. Because how do you exercise your faith? By your works. Well, what work are you exercising? When adversity, trials, tribulations, persecutions, anything that's deemed as fire appears, and even the scriptures compare these words as rivers of living waters. Well, doesn't water quench fire? As far as I know. So what are you doing? You're making manifest that you have more faith than anything that is going on in that situation. You have more faith in Yahweh Shai than anything else in this world. And the brother had brought up the scenario about how, we sit down on chairs, we don't examine it. You want to go into it real quick?
Well, I mean, there's I may have heard this in the church. They said, when you go to sit down in the chair, you don't examine it and look and see if the screws tight. If you approach a chair, you just sit in it because you got faith that chair is going to hold you up. And that's basically the same way you got to approach the gospel, man. You got to know that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to hold you up. You might ask questions, but that doubt, when brothers, this is what that guy was not getting last night. When brothers are answering your questions, then you're supposed to receive that with meekness, man, and with fear.
That's right.
And allow that answer, because the scriptures do say be ready to give an answer of every brother. Get that real quick. That's 1 Peter 3. 15. We supposed to, you know, people gonna have questions. And we supposed to answer them with the scriptures. But when you get that answer, you're supposed to allow it to build you up, build your faith. Did you see it?
I got it.
Okay.
It's 1 Peter 3:15. But sanctify the Lord Yahweh Shah in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear.
With meekness and fear. So you know, it's natural to ask questions, but when you get that answer and then you be like, yeah, well, shoot, this might not be for you. You know, when you get that answer, that's supposed to edify you. You see, and this is what we are here for, to bring all the elect into the unity as we read, you know, of the unity of the faith of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Yeah, brother. Hey, read that again.
Yep, I got it. 1 Corinthians 3:13. It says,
But yeah, we'll do a lot of things in the world without even giving it a second thought. But yeah, when it comes to this truth, you got Jake that they just not going to believe. Bro.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Even after seeing all the, I mean, but that's 2/3 of our people, right? You know what I'm saying? They saw the miracles of Yahweh Shai, you know, using pillar of the chariots,
man,
cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. You know, you saw all that, and you still murmur, you still question. You know, so we know that 2/3 of our people are going to do that. That's why we're only looking for the hopeful elect. But this is back in 1 Corinthians 3:13. Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
Man, I hit you with this. Brother brought up the living waters. Hey, you could also fight fire with fire.
Exactly.
The Most I said, I will make my word in thy mouth as fire. So how you gonna lose? You can hit it with the water, the living waters, or you can fight fire with fire. The Most High armed us, man. We got the most deadliest weapon on the face of the earth in the history of mankind, right here, man. The Book of Eli illustrated that. You know, but Jake either using it the wrong way, or they don't know how to use it, or don't want to use it at all.
Or don't have just faith in it.
Right. Because faith activates it.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, right, exactly. I mean, that's it. Yeah, right. I mean, that's it, bro. Like, faith activates these words.
This weapon of mass destruction. Why you think he's so mad at us, man? Because the Most High gave us what we need to activate this weapon. This is a weapon against Esau, because they are the wicked. That's why they so butthurt. Man, brother said this morning listening to not the Marshall Pot, but Darcy Pot. You said Esau heard.
Yeah,
he heard, man. Yeah.
He wasn't expecting this type of comeback per se. You know, like we were in the depths of his mind. You know, now we're at the forefront of it.
We was in that sunken place. Yeah, and the fate brought us back.
But once again, going back to who is the base, the Lord's going to exalt us.
Exactly.
You know, we didn't do none of this on our own. You know, the Lord just gave everyone, you know, that portion of faith and allowed you to act on it. If you acted on it, guess what? You came into the fold and you started to grow.
And you did. Exactly. Yeah. Right.
I got a quick precept.
Okay, bro.
And this all I got. This is Job 23 and 10. It says, but he knoweth the way that I take. When he hath tried me, I shall come forth as gold.
It's gold, man. Come.
Well, yeah, I mean, but so once again, going through that whole process of fire, you know, and what's acceptable to Yahweh Shemai Shai, that trying of your faith, you know. But Job remained immovable or unmovable in every scenario, you know. Woman started tripping, homeboy started tripping, you know. Guess what Job said, man? Hey, man, look, I'm gonna keep believing in Yahweh Shem Shah.
I think that was Job 3:15. He said, though he slay me,
Right.
yet will I trust in him.
Yeah.
That's faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Same thing with Yahweh Shah, which you had brought up. Yahweh Shah was bruised.
Right. And it pleased Yahweh to bruise.
So how much more so Job, us,
Exactly.
you know? But that bruising in itself is just refinement, man. That's all it is, you know, is to make sure that you don't have any that you're not like Lot in that situation, you know, or Lot's wife, so like Lot's wife, you know, that looked back, you know, because there was still doubt of where they were going, you know. And the Lord said, okay, well, you want to doubt me, turn your eyes to the pillow south.
That's right.
You know, so yeah.
Hey, I said Job 3, that Salakiakim, that was Job 13 and 15. It says, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. But I will maintain mine own ways before him, which is the way he was talking about was faith. He was going to keep his faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. That's the same. That's our way as well.
Right.
We're going to maintain our way. This is the way we started.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think any brothers got any boils on us. You know what I'm saying? The way we can't sit
through it, bro.
You know what I mean? So there's always things the Lord can bruise or try you or test you further. You know, and to me, that's always a good, you know, all of these scriptures give you humility of when you are even going through that trial of your faith. Because guess what, bro? The Lord could have really just handed it to your ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, brother.
But he still has that grace and mercy. Like, all right, well, look, I know y'all, you know, hey, look, I understand where y'all at, man. You know, I'm gonna, you know, piecemeal this, you know, these scenarios to where you can be built up. So,
go out with that haymaker, brother.
Yeah,
hit him with that haymaker.
All right, it's Proverbs 24 in verse 10. Proverbs 24 and 10. If thou be faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small.
Yeah, you can speak on it, brother.
Yeah, man. So if your faith wavers in that fire, as the brother's been going into, you have no faith. It's small. Your strength is none. All that you've been going through, everything, all those tests, and you get to that one test, you just faint. Your strength is small. Your faith is none, man. All that building up, all these scenarios, man, and Lord, when you're ready to get to that point and you faint and you just wither away, your strength is small, man. Your strength is small, you have no faith. So that's basically what I got from that point into that.
So yeah, brothers. Yeah, reverting back to the testimony that the Mashapat gave, you know, the elder, hey, and the water brother for that, man, because that built us up just hearing that, man. So we decided to share it with you, Akim, because that was heavy, man. And it's the same scenario with us in this truth that, hey, this is the testing, the exercising, the proving of our faith. And that's because we're going to need faith here coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. That our temptation, that's coming. Now, if you've been in this thing, you've been lollygagging and Esau got your nuts in the vice and telling you take this mark, or I'm gonna squirt nut juice all over this place. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't been exercising your faith,
right,
man, you gonna hurry up and tell them, or they got your neck in the guillotine,
right.
or your children, they sitting there torturing your children to get you to take this mark of the beast,
right,
which is the RFID microchip.
Yeah, that's
which by all means do not take. Would you say, brother?
Yeah, that's a trial by fire.
Exactly. And if your faith ain't been exercised, man, you're gonna fail the test, and then all this would have been in vain.
Right. You're gonna get emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I got one more if you don't mind, brother.
Yeah.
This is Hebrews 4:2. It says, "For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them."
Oh yeah, that's a good one, brother. Yeah.
But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. So just re-emphasizes how faith is the activator, bro.
It's the activator, yeah. And we got to do that sit down
Yeah,
too.
bro. You know, it's just continuing to grow because the same gospel, the same word, you know, was preached all throughout the globe, you know, on the highways and byways, these videos, YouTube, you know, internet. But what's the difference? You know, those that heard the words versus those those that heard the words mixed with faith versus those that just heard the words, you know, their mind was already corrupted by Esau, man. So they couldn't even accept what the message was.
Like your brother Yatazak went into last night in John the 8th chapter. Yeah, John 8. I got this for that.
Okay.
Galatians 1:6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Mashiach, into another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of Mashiach. Right. It's like the apostles break it down, you know, it's like these secular Christians in the church. We use the same book, but yet they got a whole different other gospel.
Right.
Because they read the book and it's not mixed with faith. So it seems like it's another, but it's the same book. But without faith, yeah, it's totally different from what we're talking about. That's why they it's like they told him Yahweh Shai, he had the demon. They think we got demons.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, they think we preaching, we doing Satan's work. Especially they see white Jesus with them horns, man. Yeah. But like I said, which is not another, but there'll be some that trouble you. And that's what this Catholic Church does, because and they teach it to you without faith. They want you to have faith in this all about
man.
And Esau money and man. Right. You sow a seed so you receive abundance of these Federal Reserve notes. And that's what's gonna hold you down. You got to get that money. Never mind stirring up your treasures in heaven. See?
Not in Jacob's trouble.
Right. In Jacob's trouble, they gonna be tossing that.
They go in the streets, yeah.
That's right. So yeah, brother. Hey, we'll be here another hour, brother. But man, we pray through the spirit of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah that this lesson was edifying and that it be helpful, man, in your journey through this truth. You know, because we coming to that time of Jacob's trouble, that hour of temptation, in which all flesh is going to be presented with that mark of the beast, man, and that's the ultimate test. So yeah, whatever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully, because it's only for your edification. You know, Jacob go to that gym and wear his muscles out, man, and come home and can barely walk, barely stand up. And he understands that no pain, no gain. Well, it's the same principle, even though this is a spiritual book. There's certain physical aspects that apply, and that no pain, no gain is one of them. The Most High is not going to give the kingdom over to niggas. So that nigga got to be purged out of us, and that's going to be a painful process. So endure, brothers, endure. The big show is about to go down. And hey, I just pray all you brothers be ready for it. So with that, man, we're going to end this lesson, and we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakam Kodash. Of honors to the apostles, a great millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akyam all around the world, man, steadfast and unmovable in their faith. Right. So next time, you brothers stay up, man. Shalom.
Shalom.